again, rally fans, and welcome to today's rally show. As usual, if you like today's show, please give it a like, and if you've not already subscribed, could you do that as well, please? That would help out the channel enormously. Today's sponsor, as usual, is 5-Star Vehicle Delivery. They're a nationwide company who are small enough to have the personal touch and large enough to look after your fleet deliveries. So, on to today's show. I'm going for a road trip through to the west today. There's a gentleman through there with a really interesting car collection. There's one car in particular I cannot wait to see. This type of car has been driven by Michel Mouton, Marc Hualin, Walter Roll. This manufacturer won the World Rally Championship in 1977, 1978 and 1980. So, do you know what it is yet? Did I really just say, do you know what it is yet? Like Rolf Harris? The answer is, of course, it's a Fiat 131 Abarth. To be honest with you, I don't think I've ever seen one before in the flesh. I'm really excited to see this today. I know there's a couple rally in the UK at the moment. The car actually competed, the works cars and that competed just before my time. I know you're not supposed to say that you don't like Escorts and 6R4s in the UK, but I don't like 6R4s and I'm really bored with Escorts, so it's fantastic to go through here and see something different. I just wish there was some of them out in the stages. Anyway, I'm looking forward to this, so let's go, folks. So here we are, folks. Unfortunately, the owner of all these beautiful vehicles, Willie Hamilton, can't be here today. So what we'll do first is we've got an apprentice here who knows a little bit, and we're just going to have a wee look around some of the cars just now, and then we'll speak to him about some of them. So, I'm joined by the apprentice, Ross Cree. He knows quite a bit about these cars. Ross competes himself in the Scottish Tarmac Championship. How's you're currently building your car, aren't you, at the moment?
Building it for gravel.
The Escort, building it for gravel? And what conditions are it at the moment?
Bare shell, just back through strippers. So some more,
Back with strippers.
more fabrication work to get done and panelled up then paint.
So when do you think you'll be out?
We're aiming for the Galway Hills, but we'll see.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Right, back to the here and now again. Ross, sorry, again. Who's here? This is quite a famous car, isn't it, in rallying?
Yes.
A lot of people are not aware of Ian's success in the sport.
No.
He was actually a works driver, wasn't he?
He was a works driver for Chrysler back in the day for McConaughey's, who were a dealer.
Is that the picture up here, is it?
Picture on the wall, the rally car, the chase car, Ian and some of the team.
And did this appear at the Paris Motor Show?
Well, Ian was told us the car was the car used in the Paris Motor Show, and then it was brought over to Kilmarnock and stripped and built in association with Motec. The training school in Deserdale was involved in the building of the car, and then it was run as a Group 1 car and was very successful in Scotland, Ireland, England. 1 mil. And it
Won the Mull Rally, did it? Right.
with it, it's won the first ever event held at Knockhill as well in 1975, I think it was. So,
And I believe it's got more history.
later on in its years, when it was older and probably a bit worse for wear,
Tired.
it belonged to a guy called David Burton, who was a member of Coltness Car Club, and he loaned it to Colin McRae at 17 years old to compete in his first rally.
Colin, that was at Kames, wasn't
That
it?
was at Kames. The rally was centred at Kames, but had roads sections and other stages out with Kames.
What was the story about the taxing and that year?
Well, the story goes the car was, they arrived at Kames and the car wasn't MOT'd or taxed, and they realised there was road sections out with Kames to other stages. So back then they taken the number plates and the tax disc off Davies Hillman Avenger estate car, put them on that car, put it through scrutiny and went down the rally. So there is a picture of this car with Colin at Kames with the registration number off the Maroon estate car on it.
Fantastic.
So that's the car.
So how long have you been here? How was that purchase again?
It came through one of our friends, Martin Cleland. He found out about the car being up for sale. It was supposed to go to auction, and it was rumoured that it was going to end up in France. And Mark wasn't in a position at the time to buy it, and Willie felt the car had to stay in Ayrshire.
Right.
So where it came from, where it started. So it was bought before the auction. And I ended up going down to Birmingham to pick it up.
Did you? It's actually one of my favourite cars. I've been trying to get a road version for a while, but they're all rusty.
It was restored in Scotland many years ago, and it's been the guy who owned it previous used it in like race retro events, kind of things like that. So it's got a bit of patina about it, and it suits it. You wouldn't restore it. It's nice as it is.
Absolutely. Let's move on. Let's move on to this little number. It's an absolutely stunning little imp. Is this a replica?
Yeah,
the touring car, the winner.
It's a Bevan imp. Built by the Bevan family as a recreation of their grandfathers, I think, successful touring cars. It belonged to Tom Blackwood, had it for many years,
Right.
And Willie's recently bought it off him. I believe the Bevan family have now came across the original car in a shed somewhere, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and they're now in the process of restoring it.
Like an old barn find.
Yeah, but this was built by the Bevan family.
Absolutely stunning. And he won it, did he win the touring cars 3 years in a row this?
Yeah,
That's some feat, isn't it?
Some feet in a win later.
Absolutely.
I mean, they've been racing against like V8 Galaxies and stuff, you would have thought that.
Aye. So, the Cortina. Let's go over this way. Another stunning example. What's the origins of this one, Ross?
It was built locally the East Ayrshire Craft Club guy, George Bryson, Halford Hydraulics.
Aye, yeah, I know George.
He built this car, probably with the intention of using it, but then for whatever reason he still had his Mark 1 at the time,
That's
his
right,
town car, and he decided to sell it, and we went and seen it. George and Willie sorted out the deal, but George had already auctioned off for charity the navigator seat on Rally Hebrides.
Yes.
So George had to go and George had that commitment to fulfil.
Mm-hmm.
So the deal was done, and then George had to go and do the rally with it, and
Right.
hopefully bring the
Hopefully
car
it'll
back.
be okay. Aye.
So but the car came back for the rally. Mark.
Always scary. You could just drive it over the ramp and just put it back in the trailer.
No, he did the rally, and the car was built, and it's did one rally, basically. And then it came in here.
Beautiful. And this is a 1600 twin car.
Yeah.
What's the origins of this one then, Ross?
I'm not sure of the origins of it. I don't know who built it. We came across it for sale online, had a good look at it. Willie doesn't use any of these vehicles for competition, and this car's built period, so this couldn't rally in the current conditions. And
That's period, isn't it?
it's all period, seats, belts, everything's all period. That suited Willie because obviously it's a collection of his showroom, so it was kind of North Yorkshire, I think, we went to collect this one.
Look at the size of the lights. Absolutely stunning. You just don't see cars like this anymore, either.
I mean, it's
I hate these bars, these light bars, I don't like them at all.
some of the wee features that are nice, like the covers on the bottom seat.
Yes.
The headlight covers.
Yep.
It's got an original Mark 1 Escort mag guard. You know, where would you even find these bits now to build a car like that?
Absolutely. And this car here, what's the spec of this one, Ross?
It's Group 4, Pinto, 560G. It was built by an Ayrshire guy, Alistair Watson. I don't know if he used it, don't think he used it, but he decided to build another car with a different, I think it's a Ford Duratec engine, maybe he was what put in the new car, so this car was bought from him. Brought here.
I believe this is an ex-Ross Craig road car.
It was for quite a few years, just run it as a wee show car, road car, enjoyed it, loved it. And this was the first car Willie bought for his showroom. We bought that car from me before he had this place to put it in.
Right. Do you miss it?
Oh, obviously I miss it. I mean, I go to car shows and I'm a Ford guy and I love looking at Escorts, and I'm maybe a bit biased, but I've found it very difficult to see one or find one as nice, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's poker straight, the paint's lovely, everything's lovely about it.
I think I would pick up awards every time, eh?
It's had a few, but it was built, it's a kind of resto mod, so it's built with kind of period modifications, like 2.1 race engine, 4-pot brakes, 5-speed gearbox, stuff like that. So it's built as it would have been modified, but nobody left an X-Score or an RS standard back in the day.
Oh, absolutely.
And you get the guys that build them and they're purists, and I appreciate that, but to me, modifying them as they were is more in keeping with the way they were run back in the day than keeping them as they come out of the factory.
Absolutely.
So that's the way we looked at this car, and I loved it, but selling it let me go and do other things that I wouldn't have been able to do. So, and Willie's always said it's always here if I want to go and use it, but I never have, and I probably never will.
No, you're too scared.
So,
GT40, of course, this has got a bit of a history as well, hasn't it? It's had a bit of a famous owner.
I don't know the significance of it being how original it is, to be honest, but it did belong to the chairman of Ford, and then went to one of the head engineers at Ford, and then went to Ben Collins, who was the original Stig.
On Top Gear, right?
I know it has raced at Goodwood and the likes, and it underwent quite an extensive restoration quite a few years ago to correct some things that apparently weren't correct.
So is Willie more into his rallying or racing? No.
He's very big into his Formula 1. He used to rally years ago. I think he's just got a really eclectic mix of, he's not, what can fate when he was young. likes the history of the Ranger, and likes the Imp. You look at that wee car, you're not into Imps, you still appreciate it.
Absolutely right.
So
I'm not into Imps, but that's
Me
the
neither.
finest Imp I've ever seen.
I agree with you, I'm not into
It's
it either. But that's
gorgeous.
So this came up and we jumped at the chance to get it. And these cars, they don't. If you went looking for one, you couldn't find one. So if one lands in your lap, you're in a position to take it. Best to take it.
It's not bad for the pension, is it?
Well, it's one way I look at it.
And over here, roundy. Who drove this one then, Ross?
It's Jack Villeneuve. It's a BAR Honda driven by Jack Villeneuve in 2001, I think it is.
And was this at the lower end of the order by that time?
I'm not sure, to be honest. Formula One's not that time.
No.
Willie and his wife are into Formula One, so we'll be able to tell you. I think there's stickers on here telling the results and where it is. I took the fuel flaps off it a couple of years ago, and Willie flew them off to Abu Dhabi GP, where he met Jack Villeneuve and got him to autograph them, and I stuck them back on.
Fantastic.
There's no engine in it. It has its gearbox. Apparently they don't sell them engines.
Yeah, you can't get the engine.
But there is some companies out there that
Could you not
to retrofit certain engines to
Could you
them.
not put like an 1100 Allegro engine into that?
Probably paying that into it. But it's amazing how light they are. And you can move it with one hand and it's sitting
That's-
up. So,
That's incredible. Something, eh?
yeah.
And your bikes, I see Willie's got a few bikes. What is this one in particular? Quite a special one. I see limited number here, but zero.
Zero, I think, of 24 or 25 in the world. This one,
Ken Carmichael.
yeah, it was a special edition made for Kevin Carmichael, the world stunt champion at the time. He drove for Triumph. And the reason they're here is because Willie basically gave Kevin his break, gave him a vehicle, emptied his pockets to help him start and compete in the World Championships at Ingolston many years ago. So this one's, as I say, there's no miles on it, it's bike zero, so it's fairly special Triumph. I'm not into bikes, but I'm pretty sure there'll be plenty of Triumph enthusiasts out there who
I'd love that.
love that. There's another couple here as well that are significant. Kevin Carmichael, the limited number of bikes that he got, but I think this is the kind of the most special and rarest of them.
Cool. Right, so this is it. This is a thing.
This is what you came to see.
Absolute beauty. This is one of the nicest looking rally cars I've ever seen. I've seen a lot. Where did they get this one?
Folkestone it came from. I picked it up a few months ago down near Folkestone from the company that built it. For the guy, I'm pretty sure it's a lot of the components are from a company called RSD, who are developing these now. And there's actually two of them competing this weekend.
That's
in
right.
Rally.
North Wales.
Matt Edwards is involved in the development of them. This car's been built brand new, so it's never turned a wheel. It's been road tested, driven onto the trailer and parked here. It has all its historic paperwork and stuff, so it could be used in competition. It is absolutely period correct.
Who would do that though? Could you imagine taking that to...
Matt Edwards is managing finance.
I know. Could you imagine a lesser driver than that taking one out in the forest and going into the ball?
There's somebody else out one this weekend as well. But
That's right, aye.
it's so nice. I mean, I'm a Ford guy, I love my Escorts, but it's so nice to see something else at that period without competing.
I remember my friend had one, he had a bright orange one, it was a 2 litre. The Minute Fury.
Yeah.
And it was just a rust bucket. It was an absolute rust bucket, but it was so different and, you know, it was incredible. But do you remember Geisthofer in the back of the car and
The Navigator.
was it 78?
I've seen
San Remo and the REC.
I think they put a stop to it after a couple of
That's
days.
right, aye. It's from ballast, wasn't it?
Trying to put weight on the back, I think. But the build quality of this, when you've seen it, the bonnet open and stuff, it's stunning.
But they've won this car won the World Rally Championship, not this particular one, but this.
Car in this livery.
It won it in 77, 78 and 1980 with Walter. Salon is drove on, Mouton, Alain, who's my hero. Can we get the bonnet up, is that okay?
Aye, of course, aye.
1.1 Popular Plus.
It's fuel injected, so it's period fuel injected, so it's no modern. It's as it would have been.
Yeah, it's just too nice.
This car in Willie's ownership, and I could never foresee him selling it. It'll never be used longer. It might go around somewhere, or it might go to a show, but it'll never be used in anger in Willie's ownership.
Stunning piece of kit. You seen inside it? There we go. Those fuel lines are worth more than my rally car. So where are we going? We're going to go and put a golf centre up. Just for a Willie. What do you think Willie would do if we did that?
We've parked the horse box in front of the garage deliberately.
Need to fit another seat for me.
Well, Ross, thank you very much. It's an absolute privilege.
No problem.
This has just blown me away. Really
I mean,
has.
I'm a Ford guy, I love Fords, but this is by far my favourite car in here. It's just rare and it's special, the build quality is amazing. It's just a special car.
Absolutely. We'll leave it on that. That's a perfect way to end. Thank you very much, Ross. So, what do you do when you've been looking at all these big boys' toys and stuff like that, and you get a bit thirsty? You come up and you just chill out in a room like this. Cheers. So folks, I'm sure you'll agree that was quite an impressive collection of vehicles. I'd like to say a few thank yous. Firstly to Willie Hamilton for setting it up today, and Ross McRae. And I'd also like to thank once again 5-Star Vehicle Deliveries. And I'd also like to thank Paul Glass at Carbon Positive Motorsport. For all these journeys I'll be doing, they'll be offsetting my carbon footprint. Most of all, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time on the Rally Show.